Hello yogis, it's Valerie from the Marion Family YMCA. I'm here today to work on some standing yoga poses. So these will all be done while we are standing. And so if you want to visit us and check out some of our other videos that we have posted up there, that would be fantastic. And when we move into the standing portion, you can go ahead and just click on this video and move through the standing yoga poses and then conduct your own savasana on the floor where we are totally resting the body. So welcome again. It's so good to see you. Please have some water handy. I have mine right over here on my stand, and it's important to always have water. Of course, our yoga mats so that we can be safe and strong in our standing poses. And I think that's about it. You might hear my music in the background. Just have a little bit of music on, and also make sure you're standing in a place where you can have a physical point that you can focus on during this standing yoga sequence. So here we go. It's so good to have you here. Let's go ahead and stand with our feet hip width apart. Hip width apart right here with my hands at my side. We're going to begin with our mountain pose. Our mountain pose is a beautiful pose that really grounds the body into the earth or onto the floor, I guess you could say. But what we do is we start with thinking about the weight of our body in our heels. Sometimes I literally put the weight of my body in my heels, and then I let the weight continue down onto the floor and my toes engaging in the floor. That feels good. Moving up now, my knees are soft, so I have that micro bend in the knees. I've now moved up and strengthened my thighs. So let's go ahead, strengthen the thighs. We can tuck the pelvis under. So tuck that tailbone under. This in turn forces us to engage the core muscles. Remember, our core muscles directly in proportion to our back and our back strength. So engage the core muscles here. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. My palms are facing forward. My head and neck are in neutral position. And I begin to breathe. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Strong arms. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling. Those arms reach down to the floor. Re-strengthen anything that you need to at any time, keeping that soft micro bend in the knees. You can close the eyes if you wish, or keep them open, focusing on something straight ahead that's not moving. Nice, strong mountain pose. 3 more breaths in mountain. Beautiful. And oftentimes in between poses, I'll go back to prayer position. You do what you would like to do. We are now going to move on to our forward fold. Forward fold is from the top of the legs where the torso meets the legs. We roll our shoulders back one time and we keep the elbows back versus out here. Keeping the elbows back forces us to keep that chest open, and the head and neck remain neutral. We always want to keep our head above the knees to make sure we feel nice and confident and we don't get lightheaded. So here we go. Inhaling, exhale, fold. Knees are soft. And inhale, rise back up. And exhale, fold. Now, those of us who may be doing the silver sneakers portion, have that chair right beside you as you fold. And exhale, hand on the chair as needed. I have my invisible chair here. Fold forward. Soft knees. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, moving from the top of those legs. Inhaling up. And exhaling and folding. Good. And let's go ahead and bring the hands back to heart center and move right into our standing sun salutations. Arms down, perhaps brushing the floor, back to heart center. Inhaling, looking up, stretching out and folding forward. Soft knees with hands back at heart center. Inhale, look up, forward fold. For our silver sneakers friends, keep one hand on the chair if you wish. That will help us be nice and balanced. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Warming up the body for these nice standing poses. Inhale, exhale, fold. And let's do 3 more on our own. Inhale, look up. And again. Exhale. Nice. Wonderful. Good. And now we're going to move on to our pyramid pose. Pyramid pose, we come toward the top of our mat. The left foot is straight forward and we step back with that right foot. Now remember that right foot also is facing forward, okay? Strong legs. My left leg here has a slight bend, the one that's in front. We can place our hands at the top of our legs, or if we'd like, we can hold on to the elbows. And here we go. Inhale, exhale, folding over the front leg. And fold just as far as you can. And we'll use our 4-breath method. So that was 1 breath. Stay in the pose. Inhale and exhale. Perhaps we want to fold a little more. Inhale. Exhale, pressing those legs into the mat. And now inhale and come up. And exhale, bring that back leg forward. Very good. And now we're going to work on taking that other leg back, pyramid on the other side. And so make sure the legs are nice and strong, the feet are facing forward. I like to do a double check sometimes with my hands at heart center to make sure my legs are nice and solid and strong and pushing down into the mat. Here we go on this side. Arms back if you wish, or at the top of the legs. Keep the chest open. Inhaling, exhaling, folding. Now continue to breathe. Just go down as far as we can, pressing those feet into the mat. And then inhale, come up. Nice and tall, and bring that back leg forward. Very nice. Okay, let's now move on to our triangle poses. Triangle poses, we start toward the top of our mat and our right foot goes back. Now this time, I'm going to open my right foot so that it is parallel to the short side of the mat. So the right foot parallel to the short side, my left foot is facing forward. I'm going to inhale and open my arms, shoulder height, and then I'm going to exhale and come forward with the torso, and then rotate the left arm down and let that hand slide down just as far as it will go. Perhaps it's to the middle of the calf in the front. Perhaps it's all the way on the front of the foot. The idea is to have the chest open, arm reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, look down at the floor. Inhale, come up using the legs. Exhale, release the arms down and release the foot. On to the other side now. Left foot goes back. Okay? We open that left foot so that it is parallel to the short side of the mat. All right? I'm going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, come forward with the torso, and then down with my hand on the front of my shin. Let it slide down. My chest is open. My left arm is now reaching up to the sky, and I breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Look down at the mat. And inhale. Use those legs to come up. Then exhale, release the arms down and release the legs. Good job. First triangle complete. On to our revolved triangle. Revolved triangle, standing toward the front of our mat. This time we step back with the right foot and it is a little more forward, okay? So that foot is forward, keeping my hips right now for the moment facing forward. We're going to turn our torso to the right. Inhale with arms up. Exhale, left arm goes down. Right arm forward. Reaching with the right arm. And now my right hand goes down beside my left foot and I open to my left and I open my chest up. My left arm is reaching up to the sky. Keep breathing. Exhale, look down at the mat. Inhale, come back up to starting. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Bring that leg up. Now the left leg is going to go back. Remember, we do our poses on both sides of the body. Okay, so my left foot is facing forward, as is my right, okay? Allowing my hips to stay forward. As we revolve, they need to stay forward. Open up to our left for just a moment. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right arm down, facing forward. Come forward. And then that left hand goes down beside the right foot, and I open up my chest to my right with my right hand, reaching up toward the sky. Exhale, look down at the floor. Inhale, come up to starting. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Bring that back leg forward. Now we're going to move into our extended triangles. Okay, so we step a little bit further. All right, here we go. I'm toward the top of my mat. I'm going to step back with my right foot, okay? And then I'm going to go back a little bit more, okay? Then I'm going to do what we call sink down. So you see that left knee right there in the picture in my camera. So I am sinking down, okay? My left foot is straight toward the front. My right foot is parallel to the short side of the mat. I inhale, arms come shoulder height. Exhale, bring the torso forward and then down, that left hand beside the left foot with the right arm reaching up toward the sky. And breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at the floor. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Remember, the legs are really strong throughout these triangle poses, okay? So always try and ask ourselves, are my legs nice and tight, nice and strong? Okay, left foot is parallel to the short side of the mat. I sink down. So now my right knee is bending. Inhale, open up with arms to the side. Exhale, come forward with the torso. And then that right hand comes down to the floor if we can reach. And if not, that's okay. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at the mat. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Very good. Okay, we are going to do our extended wide leg triangle. All right, this time, this time, let's take that right foot back, and it goes back a little bit further. The foot remains straight so that my hips, for the time being, are straight. All right, I'm going to open up to my right side. Inhale. Exhale, swing the right arm forward, and then to the outside of the left knee, a torso twist, hand on hand, and breathe. Hands are at heart center or close to. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at the mat. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Beautiful. All right, how are we feeling about now? Yes, I'm saying I need to do this more often. Okay, here we go. Left foot goes back. Okay, back a little bit further. The foot stays angled straight, that left foot, sinking down. Right, the right knee is bent, so now I'm sinking down. Open up to our left. Inhale. Exhale, swing that left arm forward into the outside of the right knee. Torso twist, hand on hand in prayer position, and breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at the mat. Inhale, come up to starting, and exhale, release. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Take a drink of water. We are going to move on to our tree poses now, our tree poses. So in order to show different steps to tree pose, you're not going to see my head for a moment. Well, let's see here. Nope, I can't do this so you see my feet because we're videotaping at the horizontal position of the camera. But I'll try to be very specific in how we start with our tree pose. Our feet are a little bit closer than hip width apart. So remember, if my hips are here, I'm going to move my feet in a little bit. They're facing forward. I'd like to encourage us to find a focal point, something that we can look out into space, something that's not moving, okay? Focus on that, and then find our breath. Throughout the pose, just like any pose, we have to keep breathing. All right, shoulders are nice and even. I put the weight of my body on my left leg, and my right leg opens up at the hip, and I can either keep my feet, my right foot on the mat, or I can move it up at varying positions. And breathe. Hands at heart center, and looking out. And one more, and release down. Beautiful. I always do a few little marches in between, and we're going to move on now to the left leg. So I put the weight of my body in that right leg. I find my focal point, and I open up the hip flexor, and that foot comes up as high as I want it to go. Or I can keep the toes on the floor, pressing the palms together, strengthening that core, and breathing. And release. So at any time, if we begin to waddle a little bit, that's okay, that's fine. Our bodies are affected by different things, by the moon, the phase of the moon that we're in, and other things. So just give yourselves a break and start over. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, this time what we're going to do is raise from this heavy part of my leg. We start out by standing nice and tall, just like we did for tree. And this time, the weight of my body's on my left leg. My toes of my foot are straight forward of my right foot. Now I lift my toes so that they are flat, and I pretend as if the floor is lifting straight up. Keep that leg strong. Now the foot is flexed, but it is flat. My arms are reaching down. Breathe. And release down. Very good. A few little marches, and now we're going to work. Place the weight of the body on the other leg, on that right leg. My left foot comes a little forward, just my toes are on the mat. Find that focal point. Find our breath. Strengthen the arms down. Raise from the hip, keeping everything as strong as possible. And breathe. And release down. Yay. Whoo, yes. That feels really good, doesn't it? Okay. No matter where we are in our yoga practice, some of you may have your leg all the way up to the inside of the thigh, the opposite thigh. That's perfect. Some of us may have our foot down by our ankle. That's perfectly fine. The thing that's great is that we're all here. We're all at our mat. We're practicing the wonderful physical, emotional, spiritual yoga class. So, good job. Let's do some torso bends, okay? This I call the half moon. So join with me. Do the best we can. We're going to just start by putting our arms straight up beside our ear. Now, we want to make sure the shoulders are relaxed. This is where they're relaxed. This is reaching my arms up to the sky. Don't want to do that. Let those shoulders relax down. Let's start right here and breathe a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, on this exhale, we're going to bend, keeping the arms as close to where they were when we started. Breathing. Come back up, inhale, and exhale. Come back to heart center for just a moment. Beautiful. Now to the other side. Inhale, let's take our arms straight up. And exhale. One more. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. We are moving to the other side, keeping the arms where they are. Breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, let the arms come down and back to heart center. Oh, that feels very good. So in that last pose, we were elongating our side of our torso this way and this way versus a twist, okay, that we do in some of our other classes. So very good. Okay, back to the legs. We are going to do a prep pose for dancer. And this is a good one to work on. Dancer involves several different movements. So this is the first one to allow the body to be able to feel nice and strong in the first phase of dancer pose. So here we go. We're going to place the weight of our body on the right leg, and then we're going to lift up our left. Hand is grabbing the top of my left foot, and that left knee is nice and heavy in my hand. Making sure this is open. Tiny little bend in that right knee. Using a focal point straight ahead. And release that leg down, okay? So you'll really feel it in that opposite leg. Okay, so let's try it now, placing the weight of body in our left leg, lifting our right foot up, placing the top of the foot, right foot in the right hand, finding that focal point, and breathing. I find it helpful to keep my opposite hand reaching down. Breathing. And release. Very nice. Go ahead and do a few mini leg lifts. And now on to our pigeon pose. Our pigeon pose, we bring the left leg halfway over and above the right, okay? So my ankle is extending above and beyond my right knee. The hands are at heart center. And then I press the palms together and I bend the right knee. Again, using the focal point. And release that. Nice. Nice pigeon today. Okay, and on to the other side. So weight of body now on this opposite, my left leg. The right leg comes up. The idea is that this right leg is nice and heavy. Find the focal point, palms together, bending that left knee. And release. Excellent, excellent. So remember, we feel a little bit wobbly on our foot, don't we? And that's perfectly fine because the body is working so hard to balance using the 5 points of the foot, the ball of the foot, top of the toes, each side of the middle, biggest part of our foot, widest I should say, and our heel. So the body is balancing the entire weight, its entire weight on one leg. So if you feel a little bit wobbly during that, that is perfectly normal. That is going to wrap up our standing yoga class portion. Please feel free to go on and go to another class here at the Mirroring Family YMCA YouTube channel, and I appreciate your joining me today. Please remember, especially during our self-quarantine and the times that we're here in our homes, find a moment to breathe. Find a few moments to breathe a little bit more. And I hope that each of you will be blessed with your day today. Namaste. I see the good in you, and you see the good in me. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.